Okay, let's step wide apart. How wide? Lift your arms and then look that your feet are more or less underneath your hands, and have your feet parallel, the outside of your feet parallel to the short end of your mat. And bring your hands onto your hips. Circle your shoulders once towards your ears and towards the back, and then down. Breathe in to your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Bring your elbows towards each other. Breathe in one more time. And when you breathe out, fold forward, go all the way down till your hands touch the ground, your mat, the floor. Relax your head, bend your arms, and keep your legs straight if possible. Otherwise, you can bend them if you cannot reach the floor. And let's take 3 breaths here. Breathe into your nose. And breathe out to your nose. Breathe in and out. One more time in and out. Now straighten your arms again and come up with your upper body. Turn your right foot out, more to the right, and your left foot into a high lunge. Bend your front leg, keep your back leg straight. Go on the top of your fingertips, gives you more space. Breathe into your back leg, lift your back leg up, and breathe out into your front leg, releasing your front thigh down. Keep your back thigh up. Breathe into your back thigh, and breathe out to your front thigh. So every time you breathe out, you bend your front leg more. Breathe in, lift your back thigh up, and then breathe out and bend your front leg more. Good. Now place your back knee, your left knee down onto your mat. Place your left hand down, walk your left hand a bit away from you and twist up to your right side. And breathe here. One time in and out. And then walk your right hand inside of your right leg and walk your hands apart from each other, and then bend your arms. Make sure your front knee stays on top of your front ankle. And just relax your head down. And walk your hands to your front foot, to your right foot. Lift your left knee up, and then you turn back to the middle, and we go all the way to the other side. And we do the same on the other side. First, your right leg stays straight. You go on the top of your fingertips, and then you start breathing into your back leg. And then when you breathe out, you release your front thigh down. Breathe into your back leg, and then breathe out and bend your front leg more. But make sure your front knee doesn't go all the way forward to your toes. Stays on top of your ankle. One more breath here. And then out. Now place your right knee onto your mat, down. Place your right hand down and twist up to your left side. And make sure your right heel is facing up and doesn't sink inwards to the right or to the left. And one more breath here. Breathe in and out. Now walk your hands inwards again, apart from each other, and then bend your arms, your elbows go to the side. Make sure your knee doesn't sink in, your front knee, and doesn't sink out. You can always look to your body. And one more breath here. And then straighten your arms, come back to your left foot, lift your right leg and turn around to the middle till your both feet are parallel again to the shorter end of your mat. You can even walk your feet wider if possible. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. You can go on top of your fingertips and your upper body is parallel to the floor, to the ground. Bring your shoulder blades into your back and now press your hips towards the back. And breathe in. And with every breath out, press your hips further to the back. And keep your back straight. If you need to bend your legs because you can't reach the floor, that's okay. You can keep your legs a bit bent. but keep lifting your hips up. Don't let them sink down. One more breath here. Now we turn around again all the way to the right side and we step forward to Uttanasana and we fold. You bring your head closer to your legs. You step your feet hip-width apart. With your next inhalation, you come halfway up. You can slide your hands up your leg. Make sure your back is straight. Your shoulder blades are integrated. You can look slightly forward and exhale, fold. Keep your legs bent for now. Gives your lower back space. And fold. We breathe in one more time. Come halfway up. And then we step back with our left foot. Wide step back. And then place your left knee down again. And then come up on your right leg. Now take hold of your left foot with your left hand. Good. Now first step is to make sure your hips are square. So the tendency in this case is that your right hip will go forward. So pull your right hip back. And then bring your left hip forward. So your hips are square. Keep your front leg bent. And then see how far you can bring your foot close to you. If your knee hurts, what you can do is roll your mat over a few times or one time and then place your knee down. Make sure your knee is further to the back and not right underneath your hips. That's also painful because you're bringing all your weight on top of your kneecaps. And then the next step is make sure you don't arch your back, your lower back. So bring your belly in, your tailbone down. And if you can even hold your foot with both hands, that's wonderful. If not, just place the other hand on top of your front leg. One breath here. And then let go. Straighten your mat, touch down, and step back to downward facing dog. Let's stay here 2 breaths. Breathe in. And when you breathe out, you press your thighs towards the back or away from your hands. One more breath here. Breathe in. And when you breathe out, release your heels down. They don't have to touch the mat. Now bend your legs and walk forward to your hands. And then fold in Uttanasana. Breathe in halfway up. And now you step the other foot, the right foot, all the way. Big step back. And then place your right knee down. And come up. And take hold of your right foot. Now step by step again. We square our hips. Draw your left hip back, your right hip forward. Make sure you don't arch your back. So draw your belly in, your tailbone down. You don't have to bring your foot all the way to your legs, your thighs. You can take hold of your foot with both hands if reachable for you. Keep your front leg bent. The more you bend your front leg, the more you get a better front thigh stretch. One more breath here. And then we touch down, we step back to downward facing dog again. Now bend your legs in dog, bend your legs and start lifting your hips up towards the ceiling. Spread your fingers apart, press your fingers down onto your mat. You can even hold on to the out edge of your mat. And then keep your legs bent, lift your hips up, lift your hips up, lift your hips up. And now straighten your legs to the back. Give yourself a nice stretch. One more breath here. And then place your hands onto your mat. Lift your right leg up. Bend your right leg. Open your hips to the left. Straighten your right leg. And bring your right knee forward for a pigeon pose. And place it down. And place your left knee down. So step by step here. You can either have your right knee facing straight forward or slightly to the right side out. See what's feasible for you. Flex your front foot. Keep it flexed. That protects your ankle and your knee. Now make sure your back heel is facing up. Again, we want to square our hips here. So the tendency will be that the right hip is going forward. So pull the right hip back and the left hip forward. Walk your hands back. Don't arch your back. Draw your core in, tailbone down. And with your next exhalation, fold forward. And just stay here 3 breaths into your nose. Breathe into your nose and breathe out to your nose. Keep your legs active. Keep your front foot flexed. Press the outer edge of your front foot down. Breathe into your nose and breathe out. One more breath here. Breathe in and out. Now walk your hands back and step back to downward facing dog. You can shake that leg out if you want. Circle that foot. And now we go to the other side. First we lift our leg, we bend our left leg, we open our hip up. And now you straighten your leg and then place your knee forward. Again, flex your front foot. Keep it flexed and active. Look at your back leg. Make sure your heel is not going inwards, outwards. Square your hips. You draw this hip towards the back, your left hip. The other one forward. Don't arch your back. And then exhale, bend forward. Keep your legs active. 3 breaths here. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Go deeper in your stretch with your breath. You don't need to move. You just go deeper with your breath in and out. Now you come back up and we go to our last downward facing dog. So make sure your fingers are apart from each other. Press your hands down. And then you have a straight back. You look towards your feet. One more breath here. And then out. And then bring your knees down. And we go in 2 breaths in child's pose before we go lying on our back. In child's pose, have your feet touch each other. Your knees apart and your arms forward. You can also have your arms to the side or your knees together. Release your head down and breathe. And then press yourself up. Go lying on your back. And then lift your knees up. Place your hands on top of your kneecaps. Yes, and then straighten your arms and just let gravity do the work. And just breathe. What you want to make sure here that your lower back is arched. So press your thighs a bit away and then keep the natural curve in your lower back. And then again, take 2 breaths here. Breathe in and out. And last one. And then if you have some time, it's always nice just to reflect on everything. Keep yourself time. So release, let go of your knees and lie in a butterfly. Your feet are together, your knees go to the side down. And you can even close your eyes for a moment. And your arms turned around, your palms facing up. Let your body digest and reflect the run and the nice stretch you gave it, which will make you feel great now and get you ready for your run. Thank you.